HiRez.io. Hey, what's up? So, we are live after a few weeks where I was in ng-conf and recovering from the jet lag afterwards and doing all the tasks that I was supposed to do. Let's see what I'm doing here. Okay, let me tweet that I am live and let's move this here. Okay, awesome. So, welcome to the not Twitters, to the YouTubes. This is the YouTubes. So, this is again part of me trying to fight my perfectionism, and hopefully you can hear me. If you're saying this, write in the chat, and if you're seeing this after I already ended the stream and this is the past, write a comment that you saw it, so I will know in the future that someone saw it in the present. Okay, mind-boggling. Anyway, so let's see, who have we got here?
Shai, aren't you going to introduce me? Well, aren't you going to introduce me?
Yeah, everybody, this is Bonnie the Beaver. Yeah, I missed you, Bonnie. Actually, Bonnie was with me in ng-conf. I don't know if you know that, but here is Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. Hello. Wow, now it just became super weird, huh? So no, this is a Bonnie like thing. I just need to create like or maybe 3D print a hat for him. This Frosty gave me this, so thank you, Frosty, when I was in ng-conf. And I have a 3D printed Bonnie. I don't know if you can see this. Ooh, stay focused on me. I have a new camera, a Sony camera that knows how to keep me in focus, which is awesome. Okay, so what? Okay, so write in the chat if you can see this and say hello, so I'll know that people are here. It's just like the first stream that I did. Like I didn't announce anything. I didn't like prepare anyone ahead of time, and it was like me and a blank screen. And after like 15 minutes, someone wrote like "hi" or something like that. So we'll see how it is today. So what I would like to cover today. Hey Benny, what's up, Benny? Long time no see. What are you doing awake at this hour? Aren't you supposed to sleep? Anyway, Benny is a very, very smart developer. Used to work together. So hey, Benny. What I want to cover today is just to share my experience after ng-conf and to talk about like some of the announcement that they made there. What is wrong with my hair? Why can't I? Yeah, okay. And so like to talk about Angular and the announcement that they gave there, and also to let's see if I can move it here so I won't be distracted too much, and to share also the news about Qwik, the new framework, and also to talk about some recent HiRez news that some of you have asked about. And I want to keep another reason I want to keep these streams happening like quickly is to update about what is happening in HiRez, because I have a tendency to go quiet for a while I'm working on like the projects, or doing client work, or preparing new courses, or doing conferences and such. By the way, I'm going to be in NG Poland and JS Poland in the end of October. I think it's 25th. So if you're going there, let me know, and I have a special hug for you. Okay, awesome. So we have more people joining in, so say hi. Okay, so I'll know who is here, and to give like a virtual high five. So let's start from ng-conf. First of all, it was a really surreal experience to visit Utah again after all these years. I think it's been like 4 years since the last time I've been there, and to see people, to see real people live, like in front of me, and being on a big stage again in front of like 1,000 people, and having this experience together was a blast. Really, really a great experience to meet old friends, and to meet new friends as well, and get to know people. So that was like a very surreal on one hand, and a very familiar and great experience. I really, really loved it, and really enjoyed my time there, although I didn't really sleep. So just a week before I traveled to Utah and to Salt Lake, I was preparing, I launched my new website, testangular.com, because it was the sponsor of ng-conf, and it needed to be done. So I managed to not sleep for a couple of days, just doing all the hard work, and also preparing stuff for the talk. So I gave there a crazy talk. I don't know if you saw the tweets about it, with the pictures of people in costumes, and basically it was a very fun talk with the audience participation, where we did like pair programming, but with the entire audience, and also with a little stage play. So I won't ruin all the surprises. We'll wait for the link to be published, and then I will share it and tweet it and such. So that was a great experience. What I wanted to do today is to maybe show some maybe pictures or something like that. I don't know if I can do that. Let's see. I'm not sure if I did that already. Let's see. Maybe I will mess things up. I will probably mess things up. I have no idea. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, this is the correct thing. Okay. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do. Okay, so you can see the pictures. I will I didn't prepare the picture because this was like improvised. I asked on Twitter if you wanted me to do a live stream. People said yes, and I got a bunch of likes. So I decided, what the hell, let's do this. So this is me traveling to ng-conf. That was what? Okay, that was so one of the costumes that I had there was a pirate costume, and this was the eye patch from there. And I wondered if I will get arrested by traveling with an eye patch. And I thought to myself, why will anybody care about it? I don't know, security and all these rules and all that stuff. Hey Alex, what's up? Alex Okrushko, what's up? The great Alex, who we met at ng-conf, probably can validate some of the stories that I will share today. So I traveled there with this eye patch some of the time because it wasn't convenient to put it on me. And then I thought, why would anybody care? There are people with with an eye patch, right? Just with no eye or something like that. And there are pirates, okay, in the world, and nobody complained. And if anybody will say something to me, I thought that I will tell them, hey, why are you eye patch, I don't know, racist or something like that, you know, just to flip the script, okay, as Busta Rhymes says. Anyway, so I traveled there. I did some, like I promised, I did, you know, I shared the behind the scenes on TikTok and on Instagram and tried to share more, like, you know, the feeling of how it is to actually, you know, go up on the stage and the nerves before the lecture and all that stuff. Let's see what I have here as well. So I will just, like, I think I will play stuff while it is doing the thing. Maybe, I don't know if you can hear me. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, let me mute this, okay? So I could talk over it. So yeah, so this is the me traveling there. Let me find some cool picture that will remind me of some stories, cool stories. So on the first day, I actually went with Frosty and some of the hero devs, really great people. We went to, let's see. Let me mute this as well, because we're okay, it's muted. Anyway, so we traveled. The quality is not so great here because it's you know, Google Photos and it uploads not in the highest quality. Anyway, so we are traveling here to the arcade, and yeah, so that was fun. Let's see if I have a, yeah. So we played. So it took us. I was without sleep all the, you know, the flight there. I couldn't really sleep, and so the minute I arrived there, he told me, "Hey, do you want to go to the arcade?" And instead of saying no, that's not the correct decision now because I need to, you know, catch some sleep and be ready for the entire thing. I said yes because I cannot say no. I have a hard time saying no to stuff. Okay, don't take advantage of me when you meet me. Anyway, so we went to the arcade and it was fun, super fun, and we played. Yeah, this is the arcade itself, and we're playing and having fun there. Okay, so yeah, we had fun there. Anyway, so let me pause it. Okay, so I got there. I went to sleep at like midnight or 1 a.m. something like that. Slept for like 5 hours and woke up into a new day of like a meeting. I came like few days before the conference to make sure I'm meeting with Alyssa and Frosty, where we supposed to MC the conference together, and we sat down. You know, Frosty told me, hey, you need to be there a few days before because we need to sit down and prepare and plan and all that stuff. So I arrived there, and we sat, you know, in Alyssa's room, and I asked like, okay, what's the plan? What are we planning? And Frosty told me, there is no plan. Okay, we're going to go with the flow. And I was like, great. Good thing that I arrived a few days before. Anyway, no, but that was actually good to, you know, get used to the time differences and actually get some sleep before. So we're there. Let me see if I have. I can jump here. Oh, this is my sandals. It's not. Okay, let me see. Yeah. So this is me like pausing and all that stuff, and yeah, me and Alyssa and Frosty chilling in the room, and you know, not planning anything. Basically, Alyssa brought tons and tons of costumes from home, like 50 pounds or something like that, I think, which is crazy, and I love it. It's my kind of crazy because I brought some costumes as well, and we just brainstormed lots of ideas, of funny ideas we could do. One of the ideas was to get a Where's Waldo costume, and to play that I will like be in the audience with Where's Waldo costume, and the camera will need to track me, the audience camera, and will help Elisa find me or something like that. And we did it. We pulled it off, and it was great. So that yeah, Alex says Where's Waldo was fun. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was fun to play Waldo, although I didn't have voice at that stage. And then on the same day, I think, or the day afterwards, I met with my old friend Kenzie Dodds, and we sat down for lunch. This is a very blurred picture. And we actually had a very funny experience with the owner of the restaurant, or the place that we sat in, and she started saying that I look very beautiful, and I said, okay, tell it to the camera. And she started like talking in a different language, I think in Farsi or something like that, and I said, yes, that is saying like Shai is pretty and all that stuff. Anyway, so we sat down, we talked about education and JavaScript and where things are going, and Remix, and just like a very fun conversation, and it was good to see him after all these years. I think the first time we met was in 2015, where I first came to Utah, and we're all like part of the Angular JS community back then. So yeah, so that was fun. Then we went to the speaker dinner. Let's see if I can that scan on the on the thing there. This is Frosty giving Mishko an Angular sticker for this is in the speaker dinner. Okay, that was also fun. So this is okay. It keeps jumping off, and I haven't. Next time I need to prepare it, better or something like that, because it keeps like on my main screen, keeps like jumping to the latest pictures, and I need to scroll. So this is find the Where's Waldo. Okay, this was me, and so Nuno, what's up, Nuno? Nuno asked, which talk was my favorite one? So there were a lot of great talks in ng-conf. First of all, the keynote was very, very surprising, because after, I've been in the Angular community for I think 10 years now. And in the beginning, it was, just like every new framework, there's always excitement about the new things and possibilities and APIs and ease of use and developer experience and all that stuff that are being shared in the beginning. And these were the days of like 2014 and 2015 with the first ng-confs, and also in 2016 like Angular 2 was supposed to happen, and there were like excitement about like the APIs there and all that stuff. And then I think since 2018, there was this whole shift towards Ivy, the new renderer of Angular. And it was, and I think in hindsight, it was a lot of effort, which was done, and then just to get it out the door, and then to migrate all the 2000 internal Google applications and all that stuff. So it took the team a long time to get to the current point that there are, which is post Ivy. Now we have in Angular a new renderer, and which opens up lots and lots of capabilities, and we have a free or we have a team that is free to work on and like the new capabilities that this new renderer opens up. So, and lots of people, new people joined the team since the last time I've been in ng-conf, like in a live conference. I think it was 2018. So it was like, almost brand new, Angular team, plus brand new capabilities and features and talks, and not only about, okay, this is Ivy, this is what's going to be when Ivy lands and all that stuff. It's actually, we are rethinking a lot of the APIs of Angular that could be simpler. And for example, ng modules was a thing that newcomers to Angular needed to learn about. Now they don't necessarily need to know about, because we have standalone components. But there are also talks about standalone routes, also the move to experimentation with Vite instead of Webpack, which will speed things up much faster. And also my personal favorite was Vitest, experimentation with that, instead of Karma by default, and Webpack, and this whole combination of technologies, which sometimes can make stuff slower on the testing side. And to hear Alex and Jeremy talk about the future, and the consideration for reactivity, and partial hydration, all that stuff, after this long time of focusing on smaller improvements, and not like huge developer experience changes, was very refreshing and very exciting. I think all of the people in the audience were super excited about this possibility, and I just realized that I'm Where's Waldo. I didn't move to the. I thought I was in the cam. Okay, yeah. Now I'm okay with the llama. So yeah, that was super exciting to know about, and there were lots of cool talks at ng-conf. I wasn't present at all of them, because by the time we reached to the last day, I didn't sleep, because my time got all messed up, and I slept for 1 hour or something like that. So I missed some of the talk, although I was the MC. But we found a way to work it out, because we were 3 MCs, so we could cover for each other, and we had such a great chemistry. And on the second day, Mike Brocky, one of my most favorite people on earth, which was part of the Angular CLI team in the past, and part of Hero Devs today, he joined the MC team because we needed the extra help, and he killed it. He did a great job, and it was super fun to, we did a lecture, me, him, and Pete in 2018 about the switch map, which was super fun. So that was great to have him on board as well. So I didn't participate or watch all of the talks, especially on the second day, which were 2 tracks in parallel. But I did catch most of them, and Craig Spence talk was super creative. It was I don't know if to reveal but basically did the Saw character with the riddles that you need to solve in order to understand how to do stuff in TypeScript and such. That was super creative to see. I liked how, in general, the vibe of the conference was reminding me of the old days. for example, in the first ng-conf that I was, there being a speaker, but also mostly, sitting in the audience and watching all the lectures, there was this, great vibe, like great atmosphere. Okay, because of the audience members, because of the emceeing that back in the day it was Frosty and Dave Geddes, which were like a power couple in terms of emceeing. They were like super flowy and improvising jokes and laid back, and it was super fun to see, and they caused a lot of the good vibe that transcends or move to the audience as well. So you could, like, in the hallway talks, you had this like cool and great vibe with people joking with each other and high-fiving and meeting one another, and just like having a great time and fun. And I think over the years there were like years that this was the atmosphere. There were years that it wasn't the atmosphere because it was more stricter and it was less like I don't know, probably less fun on stage and more I don't know, like more contained, let's say. This year we made it a goal to bring it back, like the atmosphere, the fun things that we were used to in the old days, to bring them back and to have this great experience, to give these fun vibes to the audience, so it will transfer to the hallway talks and the after hours and the dinner and the karaoke and all the fun stuff that we do at the ng-conf. So having like walking in the hallway and seeing not even like me interacting, which was super great, and lots of smiles, lots of people like saying hello and talking and sharing their story, which was super fun for me because I really love the Angular community. I really love the people in the Angular community, in the JavaScript community in general. But there's something special about this community, having been part of it for a long time, but also seeing from the side other people, like strangers that become like friends, and speaking with each other and going deeper into the technology and just like keeping it light. And that was made me so proud of the MC team, the production team, the organizers, and the people in general, the speakers, to create this to be able to create this atmosphere of fun. And I feel that this year it didn't just infect the audience and the hallway talks and stuff, it also infected the speakers themselves, because this year a lot of speakers brought that usually are keeping things more let's say to the point and very super professional, and not with a lot of jokes and stuff. This year they brought it in terms of like entertainment, in terms of jokes, in terms of fun and light, and keeping things light. Mike Ryan from the NGRX team had a great talk where he combined lots of funny images that people in Mechanical Turk created, and had lots of jokes. Manfred Stayer had lots of jokes integrated. Deborah did the audience participation. The Angular team had lots of audience participation and stuff, like people yelling and all that stuff. So that was great to see, how people care about the audience getting an experience outside of the knowledge, and the learning of the concepts, but actually enjoying the experience and participating and stuff. So these are some mentions of super great talks. John Papa has, as always, had a great talk and lots of like cool ideas that he showed. So this is not like I didn't plan this stream, but probably if I would have planned it, I would like list the talks that I saw and share a bit more about like what they covered and stuff. But I just wanted to give like the overall feeling that I had. I see Alex is writing my favorite joke from you when someone yeah. So let me yeah. So the great thing about ng-conf is that it run by two very creative people, Aaron Frost and Joe Eames. And I think while I was like eating lunch with Ken, they invited me to go to lunch, and I couldn't. But during that lunch, they brainstormed a lot of cool prizes or unorthodox prizes that we could raffle and give to the audience members, like sitting in a special seat in the audience, like the VIP seat, which was this old like fancy king's, I don't know, throne or something like that. We gave like to be part of the next release of Angular in the notes, like sorry, it was to be the one who actually pushed the the commit on the next release of Angular, stuff like that, which was super creative. One of those prizes was Jeff Cross from Narwhal giving a LinkedIn recommendation to the winner of the raffle. So we raffled that, and me and Frosty, I think, were on stage, and Frosty was saying, think about all while the person was getting off the stage and walking, and Frosty said, this is a cool prize. Think of all the opportunities it will open. And I was waiting. that was part of the fun of the conference and the scene, because nothing was planned, so I could improvise a lot, and this is what I love to do. So he said, like, think about all the opportunities it will open for you, and then it was like a small pause, and then I said, and think about all the doors it will close, and yeah, that was what Alex wrote in the chat. Anyway, that was like stuff like these are the stuff that made the conference super fun for me. And I did a talk as well on the first day. It was about Angular testing, of course, and like I said, I tried to get the audience participating in the talk itself, and I didn't really feel super stressed this time, because I knew I'm going to MC. I actually did this talk a bunch of times before ng-conf, which was the first time for me, but on the morning of the talk, I actually got the nerves. Like it was the first day emceeing, not sure what to actually say on stage and all that stuff, and trying to like keep in mind what I'm supposed to say, and this like a weird concept and lots of props and stuff like that I need to remember. So the nerves started happening like an hour before the talk itself. So I felt like weird, like I wasn't nervous the entire time, and then all of a sudden, like 1 hour before, I was like started to feel the nerves and get excited. And one tip for you speakers out there that I learned a long time ago as an improv performer is to turn the, when you're nervous, you can turn it into fear, or you can view it as fear, or you can view it as excitement. One is negative, one is positive, and it's the same feeling. So whenever I feel this, I feel like, great, I'm excited, instead of, oh my god, I'm afraid. Okay, what will I do? I will forget everything, and then everything goes to hell. Okay, so I try to always turn it into an excitement.
But you talk a lot, you know that?
Yeah, Bonnie, I know. So yeah, Bonnie reminds me to stop talking a lot.
But Shai, what was the when you gave the talk, what was the favorite part of the talk?
Actually, it was seeing the audience react to the stuff that I imagined that they will react to, because I don't want to ruin the talk itself. You will see it, and there was a surprise there which wasn't ready until the last moment, so I didn't know if it will be ready or not, and it was ready on the last moment, and I had this vision in my mind that the audience will go crazy once they will see it, and they did, and that made my day. So that was my favorite part of the talk, aside from the fact that after the talk, first of all, I felt like I really gave a lot of value. So I took stuff that usually I do in paid workshops, and teach that. I just said the hell with it, like, let's teach it for free and to give it to the world, because I really want more people to practice TDD and get the benefits from it. And if they want to learn more, they can go to testangular.com if they are Angular developers, or the new courses that I will upload to HiRez.io. But just to have like a simple way to get into this world that I enjoy the benefits from. So after the talk, lots of people that I talk with, like, actually it made sense for them. It was, I felt like, it was successful in terms of like the education value and the value that people took from it. So that made me super happy, because this is like one of my main goals by doing this talk, not only to make it fun and entertaining, but also to give a lot of value to the people who watch it, stuff that they could take back home or to the work and apply it. So another thing that was fun in this in this experience, let me see if I can do this. Okay, so this is Jeff Cross room. Okay. Hey, this is Alex. I'm right, it's above me, right? Anyway, so yeah, so this was let's see if I okay, so this was the this was every night, I think, in sorry, I lost my train of thought because something got stuck here, and I was like worried that the live stream is not working, but it's working. Okay, so this was every night at Jeff Cross's room.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, you don't tell everybody what we did there. Anyway, we like had karaoke on the evening, and then we said, well, the karaoke is ended, but want to continue the karaoke, so we just like continued it in the room. And yeah, we might have like like went over the the limit in terms of noise, and people might have called like security in us at some point. Not with all these people, of course. It was like a smaller amount of people. But yeah, that was super fun. And again, part of the thing that makes conferences, like live conferences and not virtual, fun, because you can party afterwards and have fun with friends. And there are lots of stories from there, but I will keep them for a later let's see, yeah, a later time. Okay, so after ng-conf, I went to Jeff Cross's house to visit him. I saw Cheddar the pig, and and all the rest of the pigs and goats, and I met his lovely family and 3 boys, and also we we just hang out together, and then the next day I was supposed to catch a flight in like midnight or something like that, and I was like in Arizona, and we're supposed to hang out like during the day, and Jeff told me, hey, we're going to a resort with the family for Labor Day. You want to come with our family to a resort, like with my wife and kids and my wife's parents, to a pool? And I said, well, I don't have a swimming suit, but yes, as I said before, I'm always saying yes to stuff. Andres, yay! Andres was one of the friends who went to the arcade together, and got the chance to meet you, Andres, for the first time after years of only talking online. And Andres also took my courses, and we were in touch through that as well. But seeing him, meeting you live in person, was such a great experience. Such a positive guy, and also gave me a cool present, like alfajores, which are the Argentinian cookies, which I brought back to my family, and they enjoyed it very much. So thank you for that. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I went with Jeff and his wife, parents, and wife, of course, and kids, to a resort until the evening, and then Jeff brought me to the airport. So that was a very also surreal experience, but super fun, because Jeff has a cool family and very funny, and we had like a fun time. It was like I was Uncle Shai, the weird uncle that just dropped by after like lots of years that you didn't see him, and then he fly back to his home in Israel, and you won't see him for a couple of years as well. So I was that uncle, at least that uncle, and not another like disturbing uncle.
Yeah, like the uncle that did that.
No, Bunny. Okay, stop there. Anyway, so yeah, that was, so after that I went to New York. I bought this camera, and then I went back home to my jet lags. Now, this was ng-conf. Probably not like, I have lots of cool stories and lots of fun stories. I really enjoyed it, and I will probably, if you want, I will do like a more thorough episode on that. Let me know if you want to do that. Okay, now let's talk about the next topic, which is Qwik. Right, Andres is saying was a very amazing experience. Funny meeting you in person, my friend. Amazing guy. Thank you very much. You too. And I already praised you, so I will continue. Okay. So Qwik, as you all know from the previous episodes, I joined like the team helping out with the community and some PRs for mainly like the dogs and stuff like that, and trying to build the positive vibes and in the community, because I really believe in this technology. I think that this is a big part of how we will write apps in the future, and it was super important for me to join and bring this positive and friendly vibe to a new framework, because a new framework sometimes can have every new frameworks, especially if it disrupts the ecosystem, let's say, or the status quo, it can cause like negativity. People could interpret statements or stuff like that the wrong way, and people could be very competitive on like the chats, the discords and stuff like that. I remember when I think it was in 2011 or something, 2011 or 2012, something like that. I joined. I was transitioning from Flash back to JavaScript, and I tried like a bunch of frameworks. Like I jumped from one to the other, and at one of these frameworks, which isn't too popular today, but I was one of the first, people there, and they had an IRC channel. You remember IRC? These days is Discord, but they had an IRC channel where people could ask questions. And I remember that I had a very bad experience there. I asked, I didn't know anything about the framework. I was just like a fresh fish, okay? And I asked something that wasn't clear to me, like how do you do a certain thing or something like that. And I got this answer from one of the like more, let's say, I don't know, popular people there. Not one of the framework's authors, but someone in the community that was like very active on the IRC channel. He replied like, "This is such a noob question. Why are you asking that?" And I remember the feeling that I had, like, what the hell? Like, why do I need to feel like like I'm unappreciated like that? And also, why do I need to feel scared about asking questions about a framework that looks cool technology wise, but I'm afraid to ask questions, and I need to prove myself. I need to be like this, like in this competitive mindset of like I need to prove that I'm better than this like guy, virtual person that I never met in my life, who is like just loud and participating and stuff. And I got like very negative vibes, and I just left. I got discouraged from like actually trying the framework or doing stuff, and I just did less and less from that, and then moved to other frameworks, and then finally reached Angular JS back in the day. And I remember that the feeling that I had from the Angular JS team back then, and the community. I think Pete Baker and Darwin was part of the community back then, and other good people like him. They gave me such a different vibe, and that changed. That was a huge part of me going more into AngularJS and even giving talks about it. I was like the first, I think, AngularJS talk in Israel. which I didn't know. I thought everybody knew it already, and it was like, in hindsight, was a good a thing that I shared my knowledge, because it helped a lot of people in Israel, and that made like a whole difference between getting into a technology and building a good community, and or like staying away from a technology, right? And that taught me a lesson. I built at the same time. I just created my community, JavaScript Israel, and I made sure to always keep it respectful especially towards beginners, people who are asking stuff that because they don't know what they don't know yet. They are like assuming stuff, and which you need a lot of patience. But I always remember, I think it was Zappos, the shoes company, that they had like this famous story about you can call their customer support and ask for direction to somewhere, and they will actually help you, regardless of if you're buying shoes or it's not even relevant to them, but they will help you regardless. So sometimes we have people asking Java questions because they are confusing Java with JavaScript. But I'm super proud of the community that I created, because people are actually answering them with serious questions, serious answers, and not like saying like, hey, get away from here, this is not a Java group or something like that. So taking all of the experience that I built over the years, and also the experience that I experienced myself, it was very important for me to make sure that Qwik has a very friendly and welcoming community. So I joined also Discord, as part of the moderators and such, and I make sure to everyone that joins and asks a question that I can see, to welcome them, and to encourage them to ask questions. There are no noob questions in our community and such, and I see the same vibe from the core team, like Mishko and Manu and Adam, and also the first, let's say, contributors. We have wonderful contributors like Glenn and Bo Yang, and Giorgio Boa, and other and Oye, which joined as well, and other good people that passing along the same vibes, helping other people with the same friendliness and same good vibe. That, again, it's not like I created it. These people are friendly because they are friendly, okay, and they are helpful regardless of me, but I'm proud of the fact to be in this group of people, and I can see the effect that it has on newcomers that a week ago asked like a question, like apologizing for not knowing and all that stuff, and getting a big virtual hug from the community, and the next week they are like helping other people with the stuff they already learned and stuff like that. And this is what I feel is how you create a good and positive community. The technology can succeed or not, but you need to have fun along the way. And I feel that with a strong community and a good and friendly community, you can make the technology succeed, because you will have lots of diverse feedback, lots of helping hands, and that will want to see this technology succeed. So anyway, this is just a rant of Shai, can you share the link to join the Discord? Yes, but the easiest thing to do is to go to the Qwik website, and on the top right, you will have like the icon of Discord, and just click on it and you will join the Discord there. So also, if you go to qwikcommunity.com, that's a one-pager I created for like all the related groups and on social media. You can also join the weekly Qwik newsletter that I created. And so yeah, you can join there. So, whoa, what was that?
You became an avatar.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah, every time I like something like probably the connection or something like that. Okay, so for like I think 2 months ago, I had a meeting with Adam and Manu and Mishko, and they shared with me that that are approaching the beta stage. They want to they have like a goal to reach beta soon, and they want to cover all these areas that they wanted to make sure they have before the announcement. And we prepared the way to let's say to approach it in terms of what is important in terms of what beta signifies, because beta is a huge milestone. It's just before the RCs and 1.0 and such, and we wanted to make sure that it is stable enough and the developer experience is good enough so there won't be a lot of breaking changes before 1.0. Beta still means that there could be breaking changes, right? It's not 1.0, it's not like a guarantee. But a lot of the APIs, judging by, first of all, one of my favorite things about working with this team is that they are so experienced in open source. Between AngularJS and Angular and Ionic and Stencil, years of experience of writing open source and making sure not to break stuff and making mistakes in the past and learning from them. They are so professional in how they handle the technical aspects. Even if there are changes, they know how to stay backward compatible and add APIs instead of changing them. So it's a really mature core team that move super fast and also know how to keep things stable. So we pushed back the date of the beta announcement a few times because stuff was still in the works. But this week we announced it, okay, and to the world. And Fireship, Jeff Delaney, our good old friends from the Angular community back in the day, and now like the JavaScript community, which is like one of the most popular YouTube channels in YouTube.
Obviously.
Yes, Bonnie. Obviously in YouTube. So that wait. Okay. So he released a video about it, and it blew up. Also on Twitter and also on Discord, lots of new people came in and got excited about it, and I saw the same excited that I had a few months ago with new people, and you could see like the same good vibes and friendliness and with the people. And it's still super early, still like the early adopter stage, curious people that want to try new technology, but I really feel that in the next year we'll see more and more examples of how this technology changes a lot of things in terms of loading performance and also interactivity or user experience. And again, like I said, I think I said it in last stream. This is the trend. Things are going towards faster, and more of like an instant. That's why I call it, hey, I pity the fool. That's why I call it instant web apps, right? That's the next phase of web applications. It will be server-side rendered. I feel that it will be resumable. When you get really into Qwik, you see that it's not just a catchphrase or just a marketing thing. It's actually being constrained to taking a snapshot of the already rendered app on the server and having all of the app state and framework state and all this stuff captured, and having a knowledge of what can actually be rendered or re-rendered afterwards, after the initial render, saves lots and lots of bytes over the wire. That also makes it a much greener framework, because you don't in traditional frameworks or client-side frameworks, you need to ship most of the JavaScript to render the component, because the concept of component is something that the framework needs to know how to deal with. So you actually need to download the JavaScript and run it and execute it in order to render the component, which can be static. It could be just like hello world or something like that, but you actually run the function of the component and all that stuff. In Qwik, it has the ability to know what are all the things that could be re-rendered, okay, or changed, and all of the rest, which are static, just is being sent as a plain HTML over the wire. So it loads super fast, and also you don't download and execute the JavaScript because for those parts, because the framework is smart enough to know that it's not needed. And that is super, super cool. And this is just one part of what makes Qwik cool. You also have the ability to stream stuff. You also have the now Mano has introduced a new API for using signals, kind of like Solid, where you can pass variables around as props or something like that instead of stores. And what it opens up the opportunity to render, just do fine-grained rendering, which you can just, like I said, you can you don't need the entire component to re-render. You can just render the specific place in the components template that is changing. So it improves the performance of the ongoing performance of the app, the Qwik app. So lots of cool things. And so let me check the chat here. MRC, good times. Shai, can you share the link? Yeah. Facundo, what's up, buddy? I'm guessing Andres tagged you, and because you saw yourself in the start of the stream. What's up, buddy? Another great person that I met in the ng-conf, one of the hero devs that we went to the arcade together, and such a lovely soul. Alex says, when is QuickConf? So QuickConf, actually, one of the things that I'm going to, so on my roadmap, I'm just about to finish the first course about Qwik, which me and Mishko recorded back in June, and I'm going to record this. We recorded the second one, which we're going to probably re-record because a bunch of API changed. but these two courses will be the first two courses, and will be the 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 introduction to Qwik, or a quick introduction. This is the name of the course, and they're going to be the quick introduction course, going to be a free course for everyone to learn about Qwik, and just the concepts and all that. And the second course will probably be a version of the documentation but recorded, meaning it will save you lots of time of reading the entire thing and making it more fun and all that stuff. Yeah, so lots of shenanigans and all that stuff. And the plan is to have a QwikConf. I'm about to, part of the plan is to launch like a landing page where people could sign up for for notifications on when it will become a thing. We're waiting for the the community to grow more, and when we'll reach a certain amount of people, then it will make sense to create a conference. And you can rest assured that I will host that conference, and it will be some of the some of the initiatives are the official initiatives. Some of them are just a community driven initiatives. So the conference is supposed to be like a community initiative that I'm going to make sure that we will keep the same vibes and funny and creative and all that stuff, and create a great conference. But I feel that it's too early now, so that's why we'll do like a waiting list thing, and when we reach enough interest, it will make sense to do it, because creating a conference is lots of work and can be risky. Ask any conference during COVID, okay, how many millions of dollars they lost on doing a conference. So yeah, that could be risky. But if there's enough people and enough sponsors and no COVID, it could happen. So that's that. So Facundo asks, are you planning to make more Qwik content? Yes. Other than the courses, I'm going to open up a Qwik related channel. That's part of the plan. So I want to maybe do live streams, to do like 3 live streams a week. I don't know if it's possible, but I will try to see how to make it in terms of the time, because the time now it's like 11 p.m. here in Israel, and probably it's not too healthy for me to stream and drive late to the office, do it, and drive back home. So I probably do it in the morning of the United States, which is like the afternoon here, and that will make it more feasible for me to actually do on a weekly basis. So I'm planning to do like 3 streams, one on Qwik specifically, one on testing, which will be about test effective development, and one like this about HiRez and more the behind the scenes, because HiRez is like the bigger picture, let's say. It's more about web development in general, and it includes stuff like testing, stuff like new innovations and new frameworks and such. So let me know what you think about like splitting it up to 3 streams and 3 like YouTube channels, or just keeping it all HiRez. That's a dilemma that I had, and I'm not sure about it, but I feel like staying more focused on specific topics is maybe could be more relevant for people who would like to consume only, content about testing or content about, Qwik and stuff like that. So let me know what you think about that. Anyway, so I'm super excited about the beta announcement and phase. There are a couple of cool things that, and also another content that we plan to do in terms of Qwik is we might do like a weekly show on the Builder YouTube channel. I need to talk with them again, see if it's a thing, but we might do like a short show that will take like one topic and discuss about it or something like that, and more in depth with the team. So that stay tuned for that. I will update if it will happen. I think it will happen. We just need to find a consistent time. And so yeah, so in this beta phase, what if you're excited about Qwik as I am, join the Discord. There are a couple of initiatives now to help with like better developer experience and error messages and better documentation, lots of help that we need to make sure that everything is ready before 1.0. So and also lots of feedback. So if anything is not clear enough, if anything bugs you about the experience, the developer experience, something doesn't work, or of course, so create an issue. Even better, create a PR that actually fix it, especially if it's a typo or something like that, which is a no-brainer. I will just ping me, I will approve it. Most of the time I approve it very fast, or me or the other people on the team. And just join. There are a couple of there's a new task force that Manu created about tackling all the developer experience. We want to make sure that it's the best developer experience that that we can have for any framework. Like, this is the goal. It's a huge goal, but like I said, there are lots of smart people working on it, and now with the community joining, there are a lot more smart people joining the task force. So this is the beta phase. This will be I don't know, we don't have a day to tell about the 1.0 release or the RC, but I feel it will be like a beta period of gathering feedback and trying to iron out all the quirks and make sure the developer experience is amazing, and collecting also case studies, like real life case studies, to see the improvement in performance, the snappiness of the UI, and all that stuff. So yeah, success. Yeah, that's the announcement. I don't know. Anyway, so let's see. Team, what's up, team? Team Baldwin. We got a shout out in my lecture, and also gave a talk, a lightning talk. He and Anna Boca on the Friday community keynote on the main stage, and killed it. So he's here, Tim. I appreciate all the work you put into make ng-conf experience. Thank you very much. I appreciate you appreciating. Really, that's what makes my life. That's what makes me do what I do, is to meet people like you guys, like Alex and Facundo and Tim and Andres and Nuno and Anna, and all the Frosty, and all the I think it's like hundreds of people now that I can say they are good people, like you're surrounding yourself with good people and positive people and people you enjoy talking with and interacting with, and it makes the entire experience like a very fun journey. So thank you all. Facundo, do you think there will be in the future any tool to migrate from an app written in React, Vue, Angular to Qwik? So there is a tool currently for React called Qwikify or Qwik React, which you can actually, if you install Qwik by doing npm create Qwik, you can choose Qwik React. It's still in early, phase. The migration story is not clear. In terms of, it's not clear in terms of the best practices and all that stuff, right? It's still like now it's in the works, like people are actually trying the tool and trying to migrate stuff and trying to find the best path to do it. But I think that and we're talking to the other teams to see how can we bridge the gaps and all that stuff to make it possible, right? Or people who want to move from one technology to another, but also I can see in the future maybe some other frameworks that are like Qwik, that could, it's an interesting, okay, there are like two thoughts in the same time that I want to say, and I cannot choose what to say, like this or that, so I will stick with one. Okay, so regarding like migration, I can see a path where for some time your app will be a hybrid, like they'll like moving from AngularJS to Angular or something like that, where you won't get all the benefits from Qwik right away, because in order to get all the benefits from Qwik, you need all the things to be Qwik components, because that way they could be serialized and could be lazy loaded in a fine-grained way. During the migration, even with using something like Qwikify, it will help you get there in terms of like the API. So some of the components you will write as Qwik components, but it will you need to migrate everything in order to get the benefits. I can, however, see a way of if you have a multi-page app, some of the pages using some trickery on the server side could be rendered by Qwik, and that way you could transition some of the pages to using Qwik. Now this is for multi-page apps. For client-side apps where you have lots of shared data between pages, and pages are not reloaded, right? They are like that will require this migration path of but again, I'm not speaking from experience here because I never migrated like a React app or an Angular app to Qwik app. I just created like Qwik apps from scratch, but I feel like that first of all, in the future, I feel it will be much easier to transition from JSX like frameworks, because it's really like a similar API, and there will be like a better story for other frameworks on how to do it in a hybrid way, or to do it like in a switch kind of routing way where you route to the Qwik part of the app or something like that. But I don't know now, so on a gut feeling I feel that something like in, I don't know, like couple of months, 6 months from now or something like that, that will see like a better migration story and better like tutorials about how to do it, how to go about it, as more people will actually do it. You can see on the GitHub, I'm subscribed to obviously on all the issues on the GitHub, so I see this question comes back a lot, and I see people writing that they started doing that. So we might see it in the, I don't know. My gut feeling is saying like 3 months from now to 6 months, something like that. It will see like the after effect of people trying it and figuring out the best route. Okay, cool. So that's Qwik. Join, give feedback, help out. There's a lot of good opportunities to join or like to take advantage of, in a new framework, like learn it earlier. You could like teach others. You can like in terms of like there was always a gamble of new frameworks, but and don't want to like sometimes take the wrong bet, let's say. I feel after doing like a lot of due diligence that this is not just yet another framework. This is what I feel will be the future of web development. So I feel like this is a good bet to make, even as a side project, just like to learn more about like how it works and how it does stuff, and that's a fun experience. So I will be helping on that side, trying to share and educate about like with the core team and by myself on how it works and what's cool about it. Okay, so that's that. And wow, that was longer than I expected. That's why I said like the podcast format is a much better format for me, because I talk a lot.
Yes, you do.
Thank you, Bonnie. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to say, like I said, like I launched testangular.com before ng-conf. I was surprised. So I haven't started like making some noise about it, or like putting some ads or stuff like that. And it's the first time I think I launched like a course website where all the courses are out there and you can see, and you can just purchase it if you want to. It was always in the works, and always like just like with a workshop before that, and then launching it, and then closing the registration, all the stuff, because I wanted to keep like to keep it smaller, to get feedback, to improve the courses, and to relaunch it and all that stuff. So I was surprised to see like people coming from all over, getting the courses, taking like the test effective package with all of the courses inside. And I've been talking with a lot of the people who joined, and just I always like to learn like the background of people and why they decided to join now or get this now, and what are the problems that are like currently dealing with, and that this material could solve. Because in the end of the day, the reason that I created all these courses and this material is to help more fellow developers like like you guys and like myself as well, to sleep better at night, in terms of like, and the big aha or realization that I had over the last couple of months is that everything I do in all of my career revolves around confidence. So confidence and efficiency. That's where like test effective comes from. That's where, teaching about new technologies in an in-depth way comes from, because I hate the feeling of copy and pasting code and praying. I hate it. And I hate the feeling of pushing stuff to production and hoping for the best. I hate this feeling. Sometimes bugs are inevitable. Sometimes you won't know everything, right? But all of my passion comes from reducing that sometimes, okay? Reducing it to a level which most of the time, like 80% of the time or more, you are confident about what you're doing. You're confident about pushing changes. You're confident about writing apps. For example, Qwik. Qwik is a new framework. It's, new concept, new constraints. It can be very scary, to start and learn, just like any other framework. So I'm super passionate about, reducing the stress and the uncertainty and increasing the confidence level and also efficiency. Because if you know better the material, you're more efficient. That's why I'm passionate also about creating tools that, shorten the time that it takes to do stuff, or using tool and sharing about it. So that's my whole entire passion is confidence and efficiency, and that's why I do what I do. So that's why I love to learn about the journeys of people and how to help them get to where they want to go. So I encourage you to check it out. I put samples of the courses. I'm going to launch a new landing page for people who want just the courses of the end-to-end courses, for example, like Cypress and smoke testing, which is the best strategy I know of for end-to-end tests for developers, the most test-effective one. And so I'm going to launch that page as well. People are asking about the Playwright course, so let me know if you want that. I'll work on that after I'll finish with the quick ones. So yeah, Alex is writing, effective NGRX testing course. Yes. So it has a lot. We have the effective NGRX course. I thought about doing putting it as a standalone course, but it builds on top of all of the context of the rest of the courses that I have in the Angular testing basics and isolation sessions, all the knowledge beforehand, that I feel that people who are just beginning with Angular or testing, they will miss a lot. So that's why I bundle it together with the rest of the courses, so people will have the context. Because when I speak about how to test the observables or referring to stuff that from other courses, I want people to have the entire thing and not thinking, oh, I got just some of the courses. The new courses that I'm creating are less like this. They are not they're more independent. So for example, the Qwik courses will be in a slightly different format than my testing courses. They're still theory, tools, tactics, and such, like I always like to do. But there will be more, you could get them as a standalone courses as well. So this is Test Angular. Check it out. Okay, let me know. Give me feedback if you think something can be improved there in the messaging, or and let me know if you want to get licenses for the entire team. We have discounts, team discounts. The fun thing about getting it for the entire team is that you have the whole team with you, and you're not just trying to convince one by one to and to pass the knowledge. You have everyone together with you. And the process that I like to do with the teams that getting for the entire team is to figure out a plan, an adoption plan, for the knowledge or the skill for the entire team. And I had this idea of maybe after we finish with the next couple of courses that I need to make, to maybe create this free training on how this process of how to create an adoption plan in terms of setting up the goals or measuring the current state of things, and from that extracting the goals that you want in which time, depending on the capacity that you have, and just for managers, team leads, CTOs and stuff like that, to help them create a plan, an implementation plan. Because what I saw over the years is that lots of people say, yes, we will, once we'll get over this milestone or get this milestone done, then we'll add testing. And then what they do, they take a 2-day workshop, they learn about describe and eat and how to write tests for the framework or something like that, and they get back to just writing the code without tests. Or they add a bunch of tests, but they're not efficient enough, and then they give up on it. Or they write a bunch of tests, they're not efficient, and they suffer from it, and just keep on doing just to hit those coverage numbers, but everybody hates it and all that stuff. And those are things I really dislike, in terms of having developers experience this feeling and this getting let's say a bad impression on testing in general. So that's why I over the years I developed this process of, hey, let's do it gradually, let's not stop development, and let's not stop what you are used to doing, but let's do it step by step and introduce more techniques and more things and tools in your tool belt in order to add these tests gradually. And it's okay not to be perfect, and it's okay to increment in 5% and 5% and 5% over time, because after 6 months you all of a sudden are in a new place. Okay, when you start for example TDDing by writing the test for every bug you catch. So you write a failing test, and then you fix the bug, and then you have a insurance plan, okay, for not having this bug returning in the future, because you have a test that covers it. So anyway, this is another idea that I have on maybe creating in the future, because obviously in terms of business wise, for me, selling to the entire team instead of one by one is much better. But also I realized that sometimes you're only as strong as your weakest link. Sometimes one person on the team doesn't know it and doesn't write the test, and everybody is running after them to fix the test or fix the changes that they did or stuff like that. So it's always better to have the entire team on board. But sometimes it could be a very passionate person on the team taking the courses and then passing the knowledge along. That could also happen. I just found ways over the years to make it more efficient. So anyway, that was a long rant about test effectiveness. Alex says you should add the enterprise team license to the site. Nice. Definitely was good experience courses as a team. Tim says, yeah, Tim took for the entire team. Team. So yeah, and a few months ago, a few months ago, like 2 months ago, I think we spoke on Zoom, and he shared with me that they actually, so we did this process together when they started, I think last year, but it took some months like to get them, everybody, like to start the courses and all that stuff. But so we sample like what's the, you know, the initial starting point in terms of like unexpected bugs, and I don't remember and don't want to share the numbers publicly and stuff like that, but it was a certain number. And after a period of time, I think it was, I don't know, 6 months or something like that, he shared with me that they managed to reduce the unexpected bugs amount or bugs fixing time by 20%. And it like made me super happy, because this is like, you know, what this, like I said, this is my goal. Okay, this is like, because I always think about what the meaning of it, not only for the business and how much money does it save for the business of having more productive developers, but also for the developers themselves. This is what I care about the most, you know, not having this, you know, even 20% of the annoying task to, you know, stop what you're doing and focus on fixing that unexpected bug that wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, is a very like rewarding feeling to have, and to me, as like, you know, a person who is passionate about transforming these exact things in teams. So thank you for sharing, team. Anyway, so this is a long long format. It's great that we have like people sticking with me for this entire time. I really talk a lot, but hopefully it's interesting, and I will try to divide it into, you know, chapters and stuff for you future viewers. So anyway, that's all, folks. That's what those are the things that I want to talk about. Let me know if I should keep it into one HiRez stream or divide it into 3 channels. Basically it's just like, you know, semantics, but you know, like 3 different channels with 3 different names, but it will be the same me, but different topics. One about testing, one about Qwik, and one about HiRez in general and the experience of it. Thanks, Andres. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Facundo and team and Nuno and everybody who participated. Love you all, and I'll see you hopefully next week. We'll see which time it will be. I will try to find like a regular time to do this, so it won't be like random, and I will let you know when. But yeah, that's a great format.
Yay! That's a great format. Yay!
Bonnie is excited about you're excited about the format?
Yes, I like long formats. It allows me to sleep more.
Yeah. Anyway, so Salazar. Oh, you were quiet. Hello. Thank you too. I didn't know you were with us. So yeah, thank you. And Tim says that he thinks it's good to be combined, help us be forward thinking. Okay, so keep it in the HiRez. Interesting. Okay, I will ping you on the private. Doesn't sound good. I will ping you in the private channel. Sounds better. Yeah. That's what I meant. Anyway. So yeah, that's all, folks. It's close to midnight, and I'm going to go home now. And no, who am I kidding? I'm going to edit the Qwik course now, because soon it will be the holidays, and I will spend the holidays with my family. No office and no computer to edit. So that's how you don't go to sleep, folks. Don't learn from me.
Yeah, don't learn from Shai anything. No.
Anyway, just the part of not sleeping, not all the things. Anyway, thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Let's see how. It was a long time since I turned off the stream. So what do I do here? This one. Not sure. What do I do? Okay, I think if I click this, it turns off the screen. Okay, that's it. That's the end. Wow, that was long, right? Right. Okay, nobody can see us now. You want me to sing you a song? Oh. Yes, but later. Okay. What? Are we still live? Oh my god. What people will think about me now that I'm not professional enough. Sorry. I pushed the wrong button. I wanted to show a picture of me and I want to look at some pictures of me and Robert in robes. Do you know that I have these pictures? You don't know that I have these pictures, but I have pictures of Robert. I can't find them now. Damn it. I wanted to be blocked by YouTube. Anyway, so bye bye. If anyone is here, I will hit the end stream now and will end the stream. Well, this is the correct button. I thought I got it, but it wasn't the right one. Okay, bye bye. See you next time.